You know, a lot of people say it's not hard work putting YouTube videos on YouTube, and now, for the most part, they are correct. However, when it is past 9 p.m. and you are someone as dark as me trying to find a decent lighting in this dark world, it ain't easy. I just spent like 30 minutes going around this fucking apartment trying to see if I could find an angle where you could actually see my ass talking instead of just like a dark face you can't see nothing. Now, I appreciate the fact I'm dark because this also means I will age 10 times better than a lot of lighter people. However, it is what it is. You gotta take the good with the bad. Now, this will be a Bleach never before seen or never before speculated video. This is going to be some speculation that blows your mind. And you know what? In a way, it's already been confirmed that what I'm saying is the truth of the Bleach universe. Now, I know a lot of people are just going to be like, no, fuck no, he's wrong. He's fucking wrong. Now, generally, the criticism that the Bleach universe gets is the fact that the humans suck and the Shinigami are all the best fighters in the universe. When in fact, this is not true. For instance, let's take Chad. Someone who's had his powers for 2 years at the most, okay? And you compare him with the average Shinigami, this motherfucker is a force to be reckoned with. If we look back on the Soul Society conflict, this motherfucker was like, just punching through all the fucking walls in Soul Society, beasting everybody. Everybody didn't stand a chance. He didn't get stopped until he even took out Kyoraku's third seat with ease. And the only reason he lost is because he fought Kyoraku himself, which is he's a senior captain with all the experience in the world. It took him to stop him. Now, I know a lot of people are like, well, it's just because Chad was fighting a bunch of grunts. Even if that is the case, the average Shinigami does not match up to Chad's strength. And at that point, he only had his powers for a week or 2 weeks at the most, which leads me to believe conclusive evidence right here that the Shinigami are in fact the weakest race in Bleach. Did I blow your mind yet? Or are you just too shocked to even reply? That's okay, I'm gonna keep talking anyway. Now, you may not believe what I'm saying right now because you're just like, there's no fucking way. You see all the fucking wins, Byakuya, I can't say it, goddamn. No, if you pay close attention to the Bleach universe, being a Shinigami is the shittiest path to power anyone can take. When you take out Kenpachi, you take out Hitsugaya, all the people who've been, they have the potential to be the strongest motherfuckers in the universe. You look at anyone else and you see how shitty they are in comparison, because they're not exactly shitty because they have all the experience, but they have to push so hard. You have a few talented Shinigami here and there, but they have to just keep pushing it and pushing. They have to keep working at it. These guys are the only race that needs an academy. There's no Fullbringer Academy. Granted, Genjo might have helped them learn their powers a bit, but let's be real for a motherfucking second. There was no academy. There's no Arrancar or Hollow Academy, and there doesn't seem to be any fucking Quincy Academy. Now, you need to have somebody to teach you how to use that shit, but let's be real. The average Quincy will fuck up any average Shinigami, because what do they have against a bunch of arrows just being shot at them? Most people aren't even good at Kido. They have to get in close, and I don't even think most Shinigami even know Flash Step. And if they do, they still get fucked up by the Quincy's. Quincy's and humans alike, along with Hollows, are naturally stronger than the Shinigami are. You can't even prove that shit wrong. Now, I was talking with my boy, we were like, yo, man, this is some conclusive evidence right here that we're looking at right now, because I didn't come up with this fucking theory on my own. But I was with my friend who was like, yo, man, we gotta fucking think about some shit. And he was like, yo, how about you make a video talking about shit no one else has talked about? The Shinigami are the weakest race. You can shit on... Let me just fucking compare their abilities to the average Shinigami. Chad, someone who could turn his own body into an armor. He has the ability to, if he hits you with La Muerte and the Force, he can break your ability to pieces. Ishida, a Quincy, who was strong enough to one-shot Mayuri. Even though he had to release his limiter, he shot through a Bankai and would have killed Mayuri if Mayuri wasn't Mayuri. If he had hit any other captain with that shit, it might have possibly put them all out of commission. Now, I'm not saying for sure, because I don't fucking know. But you take a Shinigami's main tool away, a Zanpakuto, they don't got much. Now, there are a lot of badasses that do, but there's still the Shinigamis out there who really rely on their Zanpakuto. And it takes at least like 40 years of training to even get a Shikai. It sucks. I'd rather be a Fullbringer or a Quincy than to be a Shinigami because, quite frankly, they're the most unnatural race because they got to keep pushing it and pushing it. Meanwhile, a Hollow can take on, like, what, 10 Shinigamis? With ease! You just have, like, a fucking mad motherfucker who just has a grudge. Like, I'm pretty sure Orihime's brother would have taken out, like, what, 4 or 5 Shinigami at least? Then you got things like Grand Fisher. They're all noobs in comparison to what you see in an average Shinigami, but yet they're still powerful. They elude Soul Society. And even people like Uliquaria can just tap the air and just, like, bust open a Garagantia. The Shinigami gotta get their prep. It's like, oh, I gotta get the sword here and turn it like a key, and it slowly opens. Uliquaria's like, you know what, fuck this. And he fucking randomly touches some random space, and he leaves like a boss. The abilities, the things like Acero, for instance, even owns the average Kido user. Like, Hinamori is a talented Kido user. You're telling me she could, like, fucking outpower Acero? No, I don't think so. And also, you can shit on the Arrancar as much as you like, but they were going against people who've been training for hundreds of years. I think probably the Arrancar like 5 to 10 years old. They weren't like even half the age of the Shinigami. And look how good Stark was. Look how good he was. Look how good all the Shinigami. I mean, hell, Death Breath? The only other person to even match Death Breath is Yamamoto, and goddamn, he's like the best one. And you know damn well Grimmjow's gonna be a beast. I think Kubo might be setting up this arc to make the Shinigami all lose, and we finally get to see the humans and the Fullbringers and the Quincy go all out in a final battle royale, baby. Now I know people don't really want to admit it because I like the Shinigami. I don't hate them at all. But I noticed that the growth spurts for humans is 10 times better than anything a Shinigami has. I mean, even compare their abilities. Like Orihime has the fucking power to erase events. Okay, that's godlike shit. There's no one on any level in the fucking Soul Society who can erase events. No one. You can't. No one. The fucking Luck Kid, who I assume didn't have much training at all, he seemed pretty incompetent, had the power to completely destroy shit if he was lucky enough. Which is why he fought Ikkaku, because Ikkaku's one lucky motherfucker, so he survived that shit. But also he's more experienced, you know, shit like that. But if you're telling me if this kid had like 10 more years of training, he wouldn't have fucking killed Ikkaku, I think he would have. Tsukishima. Oh, baby. Fucking Shima. This motherfucker can literally rewrite events. There's no one in Soul Society who can fucking do that shit. No one in Soul Society can act casually cut someone and be like, okay, I was here in your life about 50 years ago. Oh yeah, I remember that shit. Remember that time I told you how to use your Bankai and now I know the in and outs of it because I trained you? Yeah, funny. I just remember that too. Book of the End, baby. No one in Soul Society can do that shit. And Genjo knew this shit, which is why he didn't give Tsukishima a fucking Ichigo power-up because of this motherfucker did. He probably would have broken like the fabric of reality. Goddamn, he just has to casually cut shit and he can change the past of it. That's insane! There's no Zanpakuto on that level. You can't find me something like that. Like, destructive capability. I'm not saying Tsukishima could solo the Soul Society, but the fact that his power at that age can do that much is definitely saying something in terms of the power of the races. And if Orihime was bloodlusted and probably had a little bit more time to train, you're telling me she couldn't erase almost anyone from existence? Let's think about that. She can erase events. No matter how strong you are, you cannot fight that shit unless you somehow bust out of her barrier. If she wanted you to be erased, you'd be fucking gone. Which is why Kubo gave such a power to her, because if he gave it to somebody like Ichigo, it'd be no fun. You know, I mean, just think about it. I know people like a shit on Chad and Inoue because they're not constantly up in the fucking face of everybody else. But let's be real. If there was any time for them to take the back seat, it was earlier in the series because the Shinigami are pretty much fucked now. I mean, there's no way they're gonna beat Juha Bach at this level. No way. they're gonna need the humans and the Fullbringers, which was I believe. I could be proven wrong now, because I'm humble enough to admit that I'm wrong. That time someone said, Shonen is a demographic, not a genre. Okay, my bad, motherfucker. But you know what I meant. Anyway, Tsukishima, Riruka has an ability to put you in a separate dimension. And pretty much, and then there's a fucking time guy who the only reason he got fucked up was because he fought Kenpachi. If he fought anyone else, they would have been in trouble because he can manipulate time. You see what I'm saying? These people with powers for they've had powers for 5 to 10 years, and their fucking base abilities are 10 times better than anything you'd find in the average Shikai. And then you have the fucking Arankar, which hardly ever trained. It just evolved using the Hogyoku or whatever the fuck, and they're like top fucking tier hollows. Like, a lot of the captains almost died trying to take him out. Let's be real with that shit. If it wasn't for the visors, they probably would have been fucked greatly. They're just there's no, even someone like Wonderwise is above the level of the average Shinigami. He could tank Kensei's Bankai. He was able to absorb all of fucking Yamamoto's flames. Now, I know he was modified to do that, but there's no way you can modify a Shinigami to even tank that shit. The average, if you fucking threw Byakuya into fucking Yamamoto's flames, he'd be a dead motherfucker. So I really want you guys to think about this, because this is really, really important. And you got the Quincy's. Kurge was fucking J or something. It wasn't even like a top tier Star Knight. And this motherfucker was absorbing everyone that came into his path. The only reason Ichigo won was because Ichigo fucking cut off his halo. If Ichigo didn't cut off his halo, I'm pretty sure he would have gotten beasted. He had the fucking ability to seal this kid in a fucking whatever it was, I forget. He had the ability to seal him in something, and it could only be busted out by a fucking Quincy. If he put anyone else in there, they would have been fucked. So that, I know a lot of people get the humans and Quincy, people like Ishida and the humans flack, but think about this. If they were even half as good as the Shinigami were, with abilities like those, the Shinigami would be rendered irrelevant. So kudos to Kubo, because he had to get the Shinigami in early, but now it's time for everyone else to shine. And I will legitimately say he did a bad job if he does otherwise, but I honestly think he's done a perfect job setting this up. People have been bashing him, they don't expect anything of him. Full armor Chad, you have any idea how beastly and godly that'll be in full armor fucking Chad? Or Hime not holding herself back mentally. If Tsukishima even had a tiny bit more Reiatsu than he already did. He almost killed Byakuya. Byakuya is 10 times more experience than him. But with his deadly ass ability, he gave Byakuya a run for his money, and you all know this. The Espada are even top tier compared to the Shinigami. You got the fuck, and I know people shouting the Espada because Aizen said, didn't need them anyway. But let's get this clear. Aizen was one cocky motherfucker. What he says doesn't really matter, because we all know they really helped him out in the long run. He might not want to admit it, but they really did. Death Breath, motherfucker, Stark, fucking exploding spirit wolves. Goddamn, they don't teach that shit at the academy. And Juha Bach fucking cut Yamamoto in half effortlessly with the fucking giant, what it looked like to be a giant snail Schneider, whatever the fuck it's called. Not to mention a Quincy who was just pretending to be Juha, or Yuha Bach, whatever, casually beat Kenpachi. From what we could discern, it was pretty fucking easy too, because you know why? The Quincy's and humans and Hollows are naturally stronger than any Shinigami could possibly be, outside of a select few who are just god tier in terms of Reiatsu, like Hitsugaya and shit like that. Outside of a select few, Kenpachi, Hitsugaya, the Shinigami are indeed the weakest race. And I would actually like to see somebody refute this, but I actually took my time to think about this. This is one of my, less funny videos, but I am addressing what I believe to be true. And I'd like to see you try to refute it, but I doubt you can, because this is well-founded. It is a nice theory, and it did blow your mind. Well, that's it for now. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I'd love to hear what you have to say, and I guess that's it for tonight. See you guys later. Damn. So fucking hard to find light in these days.